Want to Know a Secret by Freida McFadden, the thriller that makes you trust nobody. The neighborhood looks perfect from the outside. The lawns are trimmed, the driveways are clean, and everyone waves hello. But one of these houses is hiding something that should never come out. That is the world Freida McFadden drops the reader into with Want to Know a Secret? And within the first few pages, it becomes very clear that nobody in this story is exactly who they appear to be. McFadden has built her entire career on thrillers that feel cozy, right up until the moment they absolutely do not. And this one follows that formula with real precision. The pages go fast, the dread builds slow, and the ending does what McFadden endings always do. It reorders everything that came before it. Stay until the end, because the twist in this one is not what most readers see coming, and the setup for it starts much earlier in the book than anyone expects. So what is the story actually about? The novel centers on women living in a seemingly ideal suburban neighborhood, the kind of place where the book clubs are well attended, the dinner parties run long, and everyone knows a little too much about everyone else. On the surface, everything is pleasant. Underneath, secrets are running in every direction. McFadden structures the book around multiple points of view, which is one of her signature moves, and it works exactly the way it is supposed to. Each narrator sounds completely believable, completely reasonable, and is hiding at least one thing the reader will not figure out until it is too late. That layering is what makes this book work, because in a single narrator thriller, the reader is always slightly suspicious of the one voice they are locked into. McFadden gives the reader multiple voices to choose from, which creates the illusion of a fuller picture, while actually making the blind spots harder to spot. Here is the central tension the book builds around. The characters in this neighborhood are all performing a version of their lives, the version they want their neighbors to see, the version that holds everything in its correct, pleasant place. And when that performance starts to crack, it does not crack in one place. It cracks everywhere at once. One of the things McFadden does better than almost anyone working in this genre is write women who are both sympathetic and suspicious at the same time. The reader roots for the characters and Want to Know a Secret, and distrusts them in equal measure. That balance is genuinely hard to maintain across an entire novel, and McFadden holds it all the way to the end. But here is where things get more interesting. The secrets in this book are not the dramatic, outsized kind that feel borrowed from a soap opera. They are recognizable. They are the kinds of secrets real people keep. Things said that cannot be unsaid, decisions made that cannot be undone, versions of the past that have been quietly edited to look better than they actually were. That groundedness is what makes the stakes feel real. It is not just about what the characters are hiding. It is about why they felt like they had to hide it in the first place. McFadden is also very good at pacing, which sounds like a small compliment, but is actually the thing that separates a readable thriller from a great one. Want to Know a Secret? Does not waste chapters. Every scene is doing at least two things at once, moving the plot forward and adding one more layer to the reader's understanding of who these people actually are. The short chapters help. McFadden writes in a style that makes it genuinely difficult to find a stopping point, which is either a feature or a problem, depending on how early you have to be up in the morning. Now here is the question that divides readers of this particular book. Is it too twisty? McFadden has been accused by some critics and readers of constructing plots that rely too heavily on the final reveal, at the expense of the emotional journey getting there. It is a fair criticism of some of her earlier work. Want to Know a Secret is different in that the twist, when it comes, feels earned rather than manufactured. The clues are in the text. They were always in the text. The reader just trusted the wrong narrator. That experience of flipping back through the earlier chapters and seeing all the moments that were hiding in plain sight is one of the more satisfying things a thriller can do. McFadden pulls it off cleanly here. The book is also doing something slightly more ambitious than a standard neighborhood thriller. At its core, Want to Know a Secret? Is asking a question about the cost of keeping secrets, not just for the people being kept from, but for the people doing the keeping. Every character in this book is paying a price for what they know and what they have chosen not to say. The neighborhood is beautiful. It is also exhausting. And then the ending comes, and suddenly the shape of all that exhaustion makes sense in a way it did not before. Freida McFadden is one of the best in the genre right now, and Want to Know a Secret is a strong example of why. It is fast, it is dark in exactly the right places, and it leaves the reader genuinely thinking about what they would do with a secret they could not afford to keep. Subscribe for new book reviews every week. If you have already read this one, drop your reaction in the comments below. No spoilers in the first line, please. And share this with someone who says they do not read thrillers. This one might change their mind.